it's not just a bad place. That there is joy, there is wonder, there are individuals who realize that, yeah, they're not a monster hiding behind the facade of a person.
It has often been said, mostly by those who have little stake in this game, that when one has a hammer, everyone's teeth look like nails.
Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day, wherein I'm starting wearing this again. But it's, you know, a normal day. It's getting to be warmer and warmer, so who knows how long I'll be wearing it. Thumbs up for that. Still, brand new day. It's a Saturday as I'm recording this. I slept, not well, but I slept, and it wasn't too hot trying to sleep. That's a good thing. One thing that I do like, the Carnival is in town. It's kind of cramped, it's very small, but there's all sorts of rides, and good golly, Miss Molly, I've probably mentioned it before, but it is essentially unchanged from when I was a kid 40, 50 years ago. When I went to these things, it is essentially unchanged, so there's a lot of really cool nostalgia from that. I do not have any negative memories about carnivals like that, so thumbs up. And hey, of course, front loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, if you haven't, thumbs up for that. If you could leave me a comment, that would be very awesome as well. And of course, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are, in fact, literally beautiful and literally awesome. It is a very good thing, and without these people's help, I would be literally hosed like a Christmas monkey, and that would be no fun at all. And I've forgotten how long I should keep my hands in the air. Hopefully about this long. My wrists are hurting. If you'd like to help me out and become a patron, there are links in the video description. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there's a PayPal link, and if you'd like to help me out without sending money, there's an Amazon wish list link with cat food on it, so if you could check that out, that'd be awesome. Front loading of videos over. Thumbs up for that. Yeah, already I am feeling warm, overly warm, so probably another minute or two before this thing comes off. Yay. Still though, I mean, life is life. You gotta do what you gotta do. So yes, we have the carnival in town, and I walk by that now when I'm going on my walkies, and it's cool. And I keep going out on walkies, of course. I gotta get my 2+ hours of moderate exercise in every single day, or I just do not feel good. So thumbs up for that. And it was half raining, half not, and sort of a, if you don't have an umbrella, you're going to get unpleasantly damp. But if you do, you're not really blocking rain, it's just misty stuff. So that was fun, but it worked out and it was good. I've been walking the whole Walmart route up through the northern Shelton. Ugh, that was hard to say. So a lot of up and downhill walking instead of just round downtown. Hey, you need to change up in things every once in a while. I try to change things up in my life to very small degrees every once in a while, so thumbs up. Past that, I haven't really done anything in my life, but I do want to talk about some things. I mean, I had massive staying awake problems yesterday, so I didn't get much done during the daytime. Didn't play many games, didn't listen to much music, just struggled and fought to stay awake and did things, and you know, so that was good. Oh, but here we go. Too warm now. This has to come off. But later on that night, my housemates did in fact invite me to have some quality oil dabs on their oil rig and such. And so I got very, very high quality concentrated THC dabs into me, and holy smokes, I mean, it's like being kicked in the head by a mule in a very positive way. The stuff that I can afford for my own pain control is lower quality because I can't afford to pay much, and so I get pain control and not much more. My housemates get gifts and occasionally spend money on the very high quality stuff that looks absolutely delicious, smells wonderful, and is in fact packs a kick like a mule. So I was pretty out of it at some point yesterday, and that's a good thing too. So definitely a thumbs up. Past that though, as stated, did not do much, have not done much, and will continue not doing much because it is a weekend. still, going to go, I'm going to try speaking English as well. I'm going to continue doing my walkies, going to continue walking up and down the stairs here because this room and my bedroom are on the second floor of a rental. I need to use the bathroom periodically. I am an organic carbon-based life form. So, but it's a weekend and those are slower, so I'm going to do what I can do, and hopefully you can do what you can do, and that's a very good thing. Taking a look on my list just to see everything else. Oh, yes! And I'll try that again without the really unfortunate high-pitched spike there. Oh, yes. I have been talking about what my depression tells me to do. You have to remember depression lies to you. And depression is trying its best to lie to me. That's why when I talked about yesterday, my depression is telling me, oh, you're not getting any views on your videos. You just need to pack it all up and quit. Yeah, my depression is lying to me, and I know that. I know as well, I get barely any views. And I don't know how many people watch through to the end, but it isn't many. So anybody that does, thank you so very much. It is appreciated. But I'm not just going to quit. I'm doing this primarily for my mental health, and it's great that I can also get people to come along and enjoy what I'm doing. But I'm going to keep doing it because I'm still recovering, and habit and routine are important to me, and it is an important part of my recovery, being able to talk this stuff out. Now, you don't always have to talk about your problems. One of the big things that the therapists say, that sometimes the best therapy for a depressed person is just letting them talk just about whatever they want. Having a nice conversation with somebody can be incredible therapy. So, no fears there, and I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. I know that there are things that I could do to maybe spice things up and get more viewers, because I'm effectively fighting against the algorithm the entire way. I don't like what the algorithm wants us to do for thumbnails. I don't like that kind of thumbnail. I have actively told YouTube not to promote channels to me just because I didn't like what the thumbnails were. I don't like the clickbaity titles and such like that, where it's just totally deceptive. Those are the things that help get promoted. I don't like to do that. That's another issue. I don't like to do all these various little things that the algorithm will pump you up for. And I'm actively against many of those things, partially from the way I like things, and partially because I just don't understand. And that's where I am on my particular headspace. So there are things I could do, but also I just don't have the energy for it, unfortunately. But before I run out of time and things to talk about, there are things that I want to talk about as well. Well, this one is going to be, there's a lot of stuff, and then I'll come back to hopefully the creative stuff. I do like this one thing, that Postal 4, the people that do the Postal games, they're coming out with the fourth, well, they have come out with the fourth game, and I think it's even been released, or it's going to be released, full release. And they had originally had just the one voice of the one character, John St. John, who originally did the Duke Nukem voice, but was not the main character's voice. Later updates, they added Rick Hunter, who was the original voice of the Postal Dude, and then Corey Cruz, who helped do the voice of the Postal Dude in the third game, which the developers have thoroughly said, forget it, don't even look for it, this game sucks, no, we disavow. And there's a movie by Uwe Boll where they had the actor Zach Ward do the voice. But not the voice, the character, they've added Zach Ward now as a voice for the Postal Dude character. They're spending a lot of time, a lot of energy on stuff that isn't really for the game. But at the same time, this is amazing stuff. I'm all for it. They're also optimizing the game, so that's a very good thing, but that they're doing this sort of stuff is awesome. Very, very cool. And then the whole thinner models versus people with meat on their bones. I was reading this one up because I've been thinking about this one. I grew up in a time when thinner models and such were the thing. If you weren't thin, if you didn't have a tiny waist with no backside, any sort of weight on you was looked upon as bad. Yes, there were people like Marilyn Monroe, who was a total sex symbol. And then, there were various outliers like that. But the big thing was being thin, almost to the point of being boyish. And then I looked this one up on Google, so who knows, because I have been seeing this, and I think it's a good change with the rise of people with meat on their bones being looked upon as better. The whole thick versus thin. I have always liked my partners to have meat on their bones, so I think it is a good positive thing. You can be chubby or plump without being morbidly obese. And even if you're morbidly obese, which is just 100 pounds or more overweight, so it's not hard to do, you can be, even then, not totally unhealthy and look pretty good. As a health thing, you don't want to gain too much weight. I mean, you're going to start hacking like decades off your life if you start putting on too much weight. But a little bit, hey, nothing wrong with that. So yeah, having people being more celebrated as thick, I think is good. That's so much better than that very unhealthy twig-like thing. There's a big British model. Her name was even Twiggy. That was her nickname. But because she was so thin and stick-like, her boyfriend called her Twig, and that became her working nickname, Twiggy. Yeah, I think that it's better to have more meat on your bones. Thumbs up for that. And then there is the videos where they show sympathy for the monsters. I have watched a lot of tiny little videos where they'll show things from more the kaiju sort of thing. Like there's a 4-panel cartoon or such where Godzilla is showing their babies how to rampage in a city and just being so proud of them when they bonk their head against a building and smash a couple panes of glass. And it's like, oh, that's so cute. There's another one where it's Kaiju Jam, where a bunch of kaiju are just dancing and having fun in the middle of the city, while of course buildings are toppling and people are dying and all that. And you feel this, you're manipulated into feeling sympathy for and more towards these beings and going, oh, that's so cute, or oh, that's so nice. Whereas them being cute and so nice, of course, is dependent upon their ability to cause massive amounts of human death and suffering. And you're manipulated into feeling, oh, those massive amounts of human death and suffering? Yeah, that's an acceptable price because they're just so cute. Let them rampage. So I just think that's funny and cute. So thumbs up on that. Now, if I can take a look on the side as well on my topics list to see if there's anything else that I've written down that I did want to talk about. Because I have been thinking and working on my project just as best I can with my ADHD/depressed mind. So joy on that. But one of the things that I was wondering about subconsciously, and I finally figured out why, I had originally just brought up this one character as a throwaway, and only recently has this throwaway character from a beginning part where the kaiju is rampaging through Apple Rock and destroying and killing and eating, and this character just has a stare down with the kaiju, but doesn't get eaten. Later on, I decided that, hey, you know what makes for a better story? If they're one of these doppelgangers that has to eat human beings to survive. And then their struggle and fight from realizing they are a part of the community. Because when Henrik Ibsen had he's lived in Apple Rock for about 60 years. He's moved in, lived there for 20. Well, I think I got my timing wrong. Moved in there when they were 20 years old, presenting as 20. When they were presenting as 40, they married their current wife and only love, Issa Ibsen. And then 20 years after that, when they're presenting as 60, is when the kaiju came rampaging through. So it's been 40 years that they have lived in Apple Rock. When they first came in, they fully believed they were the monster. And they were a monster. But moving into Apple Rock and being bombarded with the chemicals and compounds that have fostered this sense of community, they realized that they were more than that, but they never felt fully in the community. It was only when, and one of the reasons they were saying, why am I feeling so much? Why am I hurting so much? Because when the kaiju rampaged and killed and ate 12,000 people with another 3,000 dead, 15,000 out of a town of 25,000 with 5,000 supporting people on the outside, half the town gone. And Henrik, for the first time in their existence, thinking about the human beings that they will no longer see, feeling the wrenches, well, not feeling the wrenches, having the sobs wrenched out of them, feeling the pain of knowing they'll never see them again, and wondering, why am I feeling this? I am not a human being. And then coming to the understanding that they may not be human, but they're still a man. They are a person underneath the monster. They are not a monster hiding behind the facade of a man. They are a man chipping away the monster. And why was this so important to me? I have stressed so often that it's dangerous, wild, and crazy. As joyous and wonderful as it can be, it is insane on the razor's edge. Just the fact that 15,000 people are dead because a kaiju rampaged through the place. I don't know that I would want to live on the razor's edge. But try to remember what I was talking about with Henrik. It was, this pain, the suffering. Oh my God, I hate ADHD. Please. Yes. Oh my God. It is important for me in the story that he become more than that, to become a good thing, because with all the horrors, with all the terrors, it's not just a bad place. That there is joy, there is wonder, there are individuals who realize that, they're not a monster hiding behind the facade of a person. They are a person, not a human being, but a man or a woman or whoever they happen to be. That's who they are. They've been chipping away at the monster. To show a counterpoint to the horror and the terror is the diamonds and the joy that can be found amidst that as well. The razor's edge is dangerous and crazy and wild, but it's not a bad place if you can accept the risks and accept that you may end poorly. Life is beautiful and golden and filled with adventure, and that is what these people love about living there. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count in American Sign Language, well, you've already seen how my brain works. We have Merrick with a whole bunch of exclamation points. Carter, thumbs up and thank you. And at Kimi Art Space, thumbs up. JAYY, thumbs up and thank you very, very much. It is greatly appreciated. Jesse Koskinen, thumbs up. And yeah, Morrowind is a great game. It is a great thing. It is definitely awesome, and it's good to see you in the comments. Ben B, thumbs up and thank you. And good to see you as well. There is Captain Redclaw. I might even have house flippers, so I'll see what I can do. There is Kryptonite. You have said a lot of very good things. I do appreciate seeing you in the comments. Thank you very, very much, and I hope to continue seeing you in the comments for some time. I have difficulties answering comments in text with executive dysfunction, but thank you very much. We have Lucas, thumbs up and thank you very much. There is Pancake Man, thumbs up and thank you very, very much. It is appreciated. I love Cody, thumbs up and thank you. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. And that is it. 10 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. I have My window is open 24/7. I have a larger, like, mosquito flying around that came in during the night, and now I have a bunch of little tiny things that are flitting around. It's good to begin. I'll try that again. It's good to be giving off carbon dioxide, which attracts insects. Thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, and dealing with real people, if only in text, and if only for a short time. Definitely appreciate it. So yeah, it's a weekend. I'm going to try my best to not fall asleep and do things that I enjoy. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Hopefully you can do the same. That would be a very good thing. Of course, in the United States, the Covfefe bug is still a raging. Please take your appropriate precautions, get vaxxed, get boosted. Just be smart. Don't throw your body onto the corpse pile prematurely. We're all going to be on the corpse pile eventually. Don't rush to get there. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and quite frankly, I still think that is a very good thing.